How's it? I'm Krista, and welcome to Diamond Cornerstone, classic YouTube drill. Like, subscribe, share, and yeah, this is the purpose of this channel is how we think. Now, the world as we see it, I believe personally, it's going to a pretty amount of shit between the wars, the inflation, aftermath of the wars. Um, Alien invasions, AI, blah, blah, blah. Bottom line is we're losing our humanity. So how did we get here? Well, 4,000 years of going through processions of equinoxes. Between 4,000 years ago till about 2,000 years ago, we would have gone through the age of Aries, and then the age of Pisces from 2000 to now, and now we're going into an age of Aquarius. And people say I'm slightly crazy, but okay. So today's chat. This morning I bumped into a friend of mine, and she actually looked at me and said, "Krista, how's it going?" And I looked at her and I said, "On a 3D level, it's tough. Making payments on houses, cars, fuel, food, all inflation's basically everywhere, and $1,000 isn't going as far as $1,000 used to go." And then we've got a bunch of other shit. We've got talk of pandemics and talk of war and everything that's actually keeping us in a very negative grey diamond. Now, I'm the guy who always says we have to aspire, we have to be inspired, we have to rise. So on a 3D level, I think everybody's taking strain, but we can aspire and aim for a 5D experience, which would be the blue diamond on our aspire. And through this, it's a message of hope, of love, of peace, of getting out of our five senses: touch, taste, smell, sight, hearing, and actually moving into a higher realm, so to say, of imagination. Because if we can imagine something better, we can strive towards something better, be inspired, bring our imagination into play. Personally, I believe keeping people happy isn't difficult, because all we actually all want is good relationships and good food and good drink and a good place to live. And it's all basically Maslow level 1, but because we feel, and it's generally just 2% of the population that's keeping us in our shadow. And there's no way to get rid of the 2%, because they've actually done research and found this 2% is everywhere, and they want to keep us in our shadow. And because we've all got a shadow, low frequency, and a inherent built-in fear and scarcity model, and it's hundreds of years of scarcity model, and then we're trapped in time. So linearly we're thinking. I spoke to someone yesterday and she looked at me and said, "Krista, I've read your book and it makes no sense." And I said, "What do you mean it makes no sense?" We have to transform how we think from linear to cyclical. We have to see how we fit into the natural cycle of being human on this planet. She looked at me and said, "That's a tall order." And I said, "Yeah." And she says, "So what's the goal?" I said, "Change the world." She says, "How many people do you need?" 300 million. She says, "How do you work that?" I said, "Oh, 3% of 10 billion would be about 300 million. She looked at me and she said, "Was it 30 million? I'm not sure." But the bottom line is you need 3%. If 3% of bad guys or negative people can drag our whole collective frequency down to like 50 and in fear, then we actually need like 3% on the other side of the bell diagram. to up our ante, to raise our frequency into the divine. Because if everybody's just playing nicely between red and green, we could actually have a different society. And I believe this can actually do it. It's like we've just gone to war again. This whole Israeli-Hamas Gaza Strip. It's a 4,000-year-old war. No one's going to understand the nuance there. But both sides can put down their guns and say, hey guys. And it's going to take a lot of forgiveness. I come from a country that had truth and reconciliation commissions for years. But we've done it. Okay, the leadership was Nelson Mandela. And there was a strategy in place. And it wasn't easy. And there are still people with chips on shoulders. But if a country can come together like that, without open war, and believe me, South Africa was on a tipping point for a couple of years in the late 80s, early 90s, where we could have gone to open war. But we didn't do that, because it was a strategy of get your heads out of the sand, let's put our differences on the table, let's discuss, let's build the banner, let's raise the banner. And now everybody understands this, and we work through our differences. It's called conversation. Because as long as we're talking, we're not fighting. This little country at the bottom of Africa has actually got a proof of concept for peace and reconciliation. The beautiful thing is we kept certain negative aspects out. But here we are, and this country is growing. We've got some crime issues, we've got poverty issues, we've got the same issues as the rest of the world, but we've got ourselves a game plan. And it's slow, and it's tedious, and it's tiresome, but we can do it. If 60 million people down here can do it, then we can take the model and transpose it. We can rebuild the US. They don't have to put all their resources, hard currency, into wars like Russia and Ukraine, Israel and Hamas. RFK has this thing about rebuilding America, building the middle class. I'm the first guy to say, if you take the income triangle and see it as a diamond, we can build a very strong middle class across the planet. Guys like me and you who want a good day at the office, a good day in a ditch, a good day working, sweat on our brows, and then tonight we come home and we enjoy relationship and conversation and our kids and our friends. You actually have to make a rule almost in your household. Hey, phones off, TV off, let's talk. Who are you? How was your day? Hey beautiful, how's your day? An assessment. Then she reflects and we learn lessons from each other. And that cuts our character because we all change. No one is cast in stone. What do we really want for society? What do we want for humanity? Yes, I'm cross on the one side, or frustrated. But on the other side, there is always hope. And someone asked me, yeah, what's with this diamond? And I said, just change how we think from linear, time restricted, to cyclical, and live a life to your full. There is abundance out there. There is awareness. There is adaptation. There is anticipation. There are a lot of A's that we can add into the green diamond, but the green diamond in its essence is just imagination, bringing the divine into the three-dimensional reality of red. We have to get out of our shadow, out of our grey diamonds. So yeah, we have to transform how we think. Not what we think. What is easy? Agriculture, business, education, housing, wholesale and retail, health and wellness, construction. That's easy. That's what we think. How we take it, how we get those aspects of our lives to synergize, synthesize, work together. That's what the diamond's for. It's to see the interaction, the interlock, the play of different areas of our lives. So yeah, quick, easy, little bit of a vent today. But how are you? I'm great. In my imagination, I'm great in my fifth dimensional reality, but I'm taking strain in a 3D world. And I think we all are. But if we come together, we all rise and raise our consciousness, energy, frequency, vibration, we as a humanity can be inspired and aspire. Many blessings for the day.